distinguished guests and members of Polish American Congress, I would like to welcome each individual who is participating in today's 44th Polish Heritage Banquet. A number of Poles have contributed to the history of Chicago. The first Polish immigration began in the mid-19th century. In fact, the first Polish settlers arrived to Chicago in 1834. Chicago was not randomly chosen by Polish immigrants. The appearance of Poles followed the expansion of the steel industry on the south side of Chicago. From the beginning, a great number of Polish immigrants became active members of public and social life. We are proud of many of them. Peter Kielbasa, first city treasurer elected in 1877. John Kowalski, alderman, and Henryk Kunz, the first Chicago Pole elected to state senate. Over the years, Poles in Chicago created the largest Polish community outside of Poland. Since May 1944, Polish American Congress has been working nationwide to improve political, economic, and social status of Polish Americans in the United States. In particular, Polish American Congress Illinois Division is a statewide umbrella organization representing a political lobbying force of at least 1 million Americans of Polish descent and origin. Therefore, Polish Americans constantly work to improve the lives in our communities. The great example represents the number of mayors elected during spring elections this year. 12 mayors of Polish origin were elected in Chicago suburbs, including the owner of this welcoming restaurant, Mr. Andy Przybyło, mayor of Niles. For that reason, I would like to salute and encourage Chicago community to work together with Polish Americans. Thank you. Szanowni goście, drodzy członkowie Kongresu Polonii Amerykańskiej, chcę serdecznie powitać wszystkich obecnych na naszym bankiecie. Kongres Polonii Amerykańskiej od początku powstania wspiera i promuje Polaków w Stanach Zjednoczonych. Polonia Amerykańska od początku swego istnienia jest mocno zaangażowana w życie społeczne i polityczne. Na przestrzeni lat mieliśmy wybitnych Polaków, którzy reprezentowali Polonię w lokalnych władzach. Obecnie w wyniku transformacji pokoleniowej następują bardzo pozytywne zmiany w życiu publicznym. 12 burmistrzów polskiego pochodzenia zostały wybrane. Na przedmieściach Chicago, między innymi właściciel gościny restauracji White Eagle Andrew Przybyło, Mayor of Niles. Z tego powodu chcę zachęcić wszystkich tutaj obecnych do ochoty pracy i zaangażowania w życie publiczne. Dziękuję.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the United States, the month of October is the time that the people of Polish descent proudly and publicly celebrate their Polish heritage, especially their origin, ancestry, and many achievements. During Polish Heritage Month, many interesting events have been planned to promote and to preserve the Polish culture and values that were developed by our ancestors. The idea to promote the Polish culture in America came into being over 30 years ago in Philadelphia, when the Solidarity movement was increasing in strength in Poland. Initially, Polish Heritage Month was intended to be celebrated during the month of May, since Polish Constitution Day is celebrated during the month of May. It was decided to celebrate Polish Heritage Month in October. Especially remembered during the celebration of Polish Heritage Month is the Polish American hero of the War of Independence, In the United States, the notable Kazimierz Pulaski. It is customary to celebrate Kazimierz Pulaski Day on October 11th each year. On the first Sunday of October, a great Polish-American festival to honor the Polish identity in America is held on the East Coast. The day begins with the Pulaski Day parade, and then many festivities are held as well. So it was just 2 weeks ago that this great celebration took place in New York City. However, not only in New York City, but in Chicago as well, many celebrations take place in recognition of Polish Heritage Month. The festive banquet is prepared by the State Department of the Polish-American Congress. At this banquet, Polish community activities are recognized for their contributions to promote and keep alive the heritage of the Polish people. The 2013 Grand Prize will be awarded to Lucia Shriva and her radio program Open Microphone.
Tonight and salute everyone. It's an honor to be here. I had the privilege of going to Georgetown University School of Foreign Service, and one of my teachers was Jan Karski, a great Polish American who fought the Nazis, fought the communists, always believed in fighting for everyday people and fighting for what was right. And I think that's really what the Polish American Congress is all about. I've had the honor of going to Poland twice. I've gone to Krakow and Nowy Sącz and Warsaw, and we actually, our state of Illinois has a sister state, sister region relationship with Malopolska, which is the region around Krakow. I certainly hope to go back again to Poland. I think it's very important that all of us understand that our Polish people, Polonia, believe in democracy and freedom, and the second written constitution in the history of the world was written in Poland right after the American Constitution, and every May we come together in Illinois to celebrate the heritage of the Polish Americans who fought for our freedom in our revolution, Kosciuszko, as well as the great Kazimierz Pulaski. And I think it's important for all of us never ever to forget how important it is that the Polish people have helped fight for freedom, democracy in our country and all around the world. Thank you very much.
Good evening, my name is Maritza Martinez, and I'm also a candidate for judge. I just want to congratulate you all for a wonderful evening and some extremely honored guests here, and so I'm very privileged to share the podium with them. I've been a lawyer for 23 years. I will tell you that I have 2 daughters that are also Polish, and so my Polish language is very limited. I can say Busha, Jaja, Damerboja, so it's very nice to meet you all. Please think of me, Maritza Martinez, when you go to vote. And I have green cards that I've been handing out, and I have a big part of my heart in Poland. Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Josina Morita. I'm a candidate for Metropolitan Water Reclamation District. I just wanted to congratulate all the awardees tonight and thank you for having me this evening. I know how important the Polish community is in the Cook County area. As an immigrant child, I also know how important it is to have these kind of events and keep the community together. I just want to thank everybody for having me tonight. Thanks so much.
My name is Kate Moreland. I'm also a candidate for Cook County Judge. A little bit about myself. I was appointed to be a judge by the Illinois Supreme Court 3 years ago. I've been practicing and working as a judge for 3 years now. I'm currently assigned to the Domestic Violence Division where I hear domestic violence cases. You can hear more about me at my website, judgemoreland.com. But otherwise, I hope to have your support. I've also been endorsed by the Democratic Party. So thank you, Judge Kate Moreland.
My name is Crystal Rivers, and I'm one of the candidates running for judge countywide. I've been slated by the Democratic Party. Fortunately, it's my great honor to have been slated and supported by them. I've been an attorney for the past 18 years. I currently work for Lisa Madigan's office, placing sexually violent predators into a mental institution because one day, because of their sentence, they will get out. However, we want to make sure that when they do, they don't reoffend again. In my career, I've done a little bit of everything from prosecuting to owning my own firm for 10 years. My intention has always been to learn everything that was important for me to become the best judge humanly possible. That's because that's always been my goal. I look forward to being able to serve you as a public servant, as a judge. Again, my name is Crystal Rivers. I do ask for your support on March 18th. Thank you again, Crystal Rivers.
Talk show in the Chicago area. The program's main goal has been to address the concerns, needs, and interests of the Polish American community. Open Microphone supports various charitable activities within Polonia and promotes initiatives of importance to Polish Americans and Poles throughout the world, including fighting against defamation and historical distortions. Help has been provided to individuals locally as well as to Polish communities in Kazakhstan, Lithuania, the Ukraine, but especially to the needy in Poland. Through the Family from Chicago for a Family in Poland program, hundreds of Christmas packages have been sent. Throughout the years, listeners of the show have supported orphanages, homes for single mothers, and many other charitable and religious institutions. Through her show, Lucia seeks to identify public opinion where Poland's interests are at stake. For example, demanding Poland's participation in the international conference leading to the reunification of Germany, which among others would guarantee the integrity of the Polish-German border and promoting Poland's membership in NATO. The show strives to mobilize the Polish-American community to become more actively engaged in U.S. political and social issues, at the same time staying rooted in its Polish heritage. Before starting her own show, Lucia was active in the Polish-American Students Association at the University of Illinois and was involved in the Knights of Dąbrowski, an organization that provides financial aid and promotes higher education in the Polish-American community. Lucia has also been the announcer for the Polish Constitution Parade in Chicago. She resides in Naperville with her husband Jan and their daughter Lauren. Lucia Sliwa, congratulations. The Polish-American Heritage Award received, and Irene is well presented.
Dziękuję. Powiem kilka słów po angielsku na początku, ponieważ proszono, żebym powiedziała po angielsku. W okularach czy bez? Bez? Dobrze. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please allow me to share with you how honored and blessed I feel to be named this year's recipient of the Heritage Award. I would also like to congratulate my fellow award recipients. Thank you to the Illinois Division of the Polish American Congress. I fully realize that deciding on my name was not something that was looked well upon by some circles. It was an act of courage on some. But then the Illinois Division, as well as some other chapters of the PAC, comprised truly devoted and active American citizens, yet deeply proud of their Polish heritage, closely following the events in our fatherland. When I was awarded this Heritage Award, I began to contemplate the meaning of this word, heritage. Heritage doesn't mean celebrating just our past or the superficial symbols of our culture. Heritage means continuity. It's what has formed us,
and what defines us. It makes us better Americans, more aware, more active, more involved, yet firmly rooted in our Polish tradition, history, and culture, and actively engaged in Polish politics too. Recently, Pope Francis admonished us that Catholics must be politically active on a global level. John Paul II stated that Polonia, we Polish Americans, Poles, continues to be a vital part of Poland. Heritage is evergreen, but that requires maintenance, cultivation, and the willingness to protect it and defend it when needed. Sometimes it requires us to speak up, even when speaking up lacks reward. It's not politically correct or welcome, and especially when it's not well received by those who would rewrite history. In recent years, we have witnessed an escalation of attacks on Polish history and against those who dare protest against unfounded accusations. We have witnessed time after time in European and also unfortunately American media the use of defamatory and incorrect phrases such as Polish death camps, Polish concentration camps. Recently, a German of all things website stated that the Sobibor camp was a Polish Nazi camp. Polish Nazi camp. Erasing the fact that Poland was viciously attacked by Germany, her population decimated, her cities, towns, and villages destroyed by the German Nazi war machine. Poles are now being falsely accused in books, films, television, shows, newspaper articles of collaborating in the Holocaust with the Germans, of being co-responsible for the atrocities of World War II. Polish citizenry, the same people who have the most trees planted in the Yad Vashem for saving Jewish lives. Polish citizenry, who were the only ones in occupied Europe punished by death, entire families, men, women, children, and in the countryside, even livestock, slaughtered for sheltering Jews. And yet, thousands of Poles did just that, and thousands perished for it. Poles, whose Armia Krajowa, Home Army, conducted trials, pronounced and carried out death sentences on those few who would dare to harm their fellow Jews. Yet now, because Poland has a weak and compliant government, more interested in securing future positions for themselves in the global village than standing up for their citizenry and historical truth, it's not the former dissidents, those who actually fought for a free and democratic Poland, but rather the former Stalinists, communist regime officials, their children and grandchildren, who are celebrated and honored. It's the former communists and their allies who first grabbed Poland's financial institutions during the so-called transformation, then went after key branches of industry, administrative structure, courts, intelligence agencies, and above all, media, television, radio, newspapers, creating an oligarchy which ensured them victories during most elections. Poland is the only post-Soviet bloc country outside Russia where so-called lustration, the exposing of the red power players, was never conducted. And so, the Polish electorate voted for candidates promoted by said media, unaware of their past and present activities. Only under such conditions, would the greatest national tragedy since World War II be dismissed by the current government and its fawning media as, oh well, just another accident. I'm referring, of course, to the tragic and still unexplained plane crash of April 10, 2010. The President and First Lady of Poland perished then, and so did several NATO generals, politicians of various parties, clergy, social activists, Anna Walentynowicz, the greatest heroine of the Solidarity movement. Also, in the plane crash perished an American citizen. How did the current Polish government react to this tragedy? Within minutes, texts were sent out urging the dissemination of a lie, that the cause of the crash, mind you, minutes after the tragic occurrence, that the cause was the incompetence of the Polish pilots, even before the Polish president was pronounced dead. Where were the international media? What about American media or Chicago media? Chicago, which boasts the largest Polish population outside Warsaw. The international community should have been howling in disbelief, but somehow the news of the death of, as our dear politicians assure us during photo ops, America's great allies, was mentioned less frequently than the antics of Snooki or Honey Boo Boo. How many journalists interviewed the experts, some of them American citizens, working with the Polish parliamentary team, trying to discover the circumstances of the crash? Thousands of letters have been sent to Congress asking for support for the resolution calling for the establishment of an international committee to look into the crash. What happened? Nothing. I was invited for donuts when I visit Washington. Demands that we should not impose our will or question the movements of the government which was democratically elected. But this is contrary to the American way. Look at Washington. Look what's happening in Washington. There is conflict, there is debate, there is discussion. That's democracy at work. Not stifling questions, but answering questions. In this true American democratic way, we need to ask questions about Smolensk. We need to demand that an international committee be established. Can you for 1 second imagine an American plane, God forbid, going down in Russia, and the American government ceding the investigation to Putin? Can you imagine the autopsies on the American citizens who would have perished be conducted by only Russian so-called experts while the Americans were chilling their heels outside? That's what happened in the Smolensk situation. The coffins were sealed in Russia and exhumation was forbidden in Poland. A few coffins have been exhumed. Different bodies were buried in different coffins in different graves. The body of Anna Walentynowicz was stuffed with trash. And we are still not asking questions. We are talking about heritage today. I think the greatest honor we can do to the generations before us and to those who will come after us is to honor that heritage of fighting for the truth, for freedom, and taking part in the democratic process. Dziękuję Państwu bardzo. Państwo znają mnie na co dzień, także to wszystko, co mówiłam, chyba nie muszę powtarzać. Chciałam tylko podkreślić raz jeszcze z całą mocą, że dziedzictwo to więcej niż przeszłość. To więcej niż płytkie symbole naszej polskości. Dziedzictwo to trwałość, to ciągłość, to obowiązek. I to walka o prawdę. Dziękuję Państwu bardzo.
Poland. His name is Adam Kwiatkowski, and Adam would like to say a few words. Thank you very much.
Szanowni Państwo, przede wszystkim chciałem bardzo serdecznie podziękować za zaproszenie i za to, że mogę tutaj być z Państwem. Jeśli można, zacząłbym od przeczytania listu, jaki skierował Pan Prezes Jarosław Kaczyński do Pani Prezes Ireny Moskal, Prezesa Wydziału Stanowego Kongresu Polonii Amerykańskiej Wydziału Illinois. Szanowna Pani Prezes, dziękuję bardzo za zaproszenie, jakie otrzymałem od Pani Prezes. Cieszę się, że co roku w Chicago odbywa się uroczysty bankiet dziedzictwa, w trakcie którego osoby, które tak wiele robią, by stosunki polsko-amerykańskie były coraz lepsze, które działają na rzecz Polonii i Polski, otrzymują nagrody i wyróżnienia Kongresu Polonii Amerykańskiej. To ważne, by dostrzegać i doceniać tych, dzięki którym te relacje są coraz lepsze. Tych, którzy wspierają Polonię oraz działają na rzecz Polski. To wsparcie ze strony rodaków mieszkających w Stanach Zjednoczonych Ameryki Północnej jest nam obecnie bardzo potrzebne i jesteśmy za nie bardzo wdzięczni. Dziękuję Kongresowi Polonii Amerykańskiej za to, że zabiera i mam nadzieję będzie nadal zabierał głos w istotnych kwestiach, które dotyczą Polski, tak ważnych dla nas wszystkich, jak dążenie do wyjaśnienia przyczyn tragedii smoleńskiej poprzez powołanie międzynarodowej komisji, czy przyznanie telewizji Trwam miejsca na multiplexie. W trudnych chwilach naszej historii zawsze mogliśmy liczyć na wsparcie i pomoc tych Polaków, którzy na co dzień mieszkają w Stanach Zjednoczonych Ameryki Północnej. To wsparcie jest nam potrzebne dzisiaj i jestem głęboko przekonany, że możemy na nie liczyć. Jeszcze raz gratuluję wszystkim laureatom nagród i pozdrawiam wszystkich uczestników bankietu. Łączę wyrazy szacunku, Jarosław Kaczyński. Państwo pozwolą, że powiem jeszcze kilka słów od siebie. Dla mnie ten październik, ten miesiąc dziedzictwa polskiego tu w Stanach Zjednoczonych, to spotkanie tu z Państwem w drugim polskim mieście na świecie, w Chicago, ale to też udział w paradzie Puławskiego w Nowym Jorku. To udział w wielkim święcie Polaków, święcie, z którego wszyscy powinniśmy być dumni, bo to, czego jesteśmy świadkami tam, czy byliśmy świadkami tam w Nowym Jorku, czy to, czego jesteśmy świadkami tu w Chicago, świadczy o tym, że Polacy mają bardzo duże osiągnięcia i z tych osiągnięć powinniśmy być, proszę Państwa, dumni, bo mamy być z czego dumni. Chciałem serdecznie pogratulować Pani Łucji Śliwie tej nagrody. Ale chciałem też przypomnieć i podziękować za tą nagrodę, która była wręczana tu w zeszłym roku. Otrzymał ją Pan Profesor Wiesław Binienda. Proszę Państwo, dostrzegacie ludzi, którzy tak wiele robią właśnie dla wyjaśnienia tej straszliwej tragedii. Jest dla mnie i dla moich kolegów, posłów i senatorów Prawa i Sprawiedliwości bardzo ważne. I za to jesteśmy Wam bardzo, bardzo wdzięczni. Zawsze o tym mówię, przyjeżdżając tu do Stanów Zjednoczonych Ameryki Północnej, że niektórzy z nas mogliby się uczyć tutaj patriotyzmu, mogliby się uczyć, jak powinniśmy wychowywać nasze dzieci, jak powinniśmy dbać o nasze dziedzictwo, to, co buduje naszą narodową tożsamość, o wiarę, o honor, o Boga, o ojczyznę, o to wszystko, co zawsze mieliśmy wypisane na naszych sztandarach. I za to Państwu, Kongresowi Polonii Amerykańskiej Wydział Illinois bardzo serdecznie dziękuję, bo to jest polskie święto i myślę, że to nie jest święto tylko Polaków, którzy mieszkają tu w Chicago. To nie jest święto tylko Polaków, którzy mieszkają w Stanach Zjednoczonych Ameryki Północnej, ale to jest święto wszystkich Polaków, gdziekolwiek rzucił ich los historii. I myślę, że to, że spotykacie się Państwo w Niles, tutaj w tym mieście, w którym rządzi polski burmistrz, w tym mieście, w którym jest pomnik katyński, który jest znany na całym świecie, to też są pewne symbole, bo my o tych symbolach powinniśmy pamiętać i z tych symboli też powinniśmy być dumni, bo powinniśmy być dumni z tego, że jesteśmy Polakami. To nieistotne, kto z nas gdzie się urodził, ale istotne jest to, że się czujemy Polakami, że dla nas ten hymn, te barwy biało-czerwone to jest powód do dumy. I dzisiaj w tych trudnych czasach dla Polski, za to jesteśmy Państwu bardzo wdzięczni i bardzo prosimy, żebyście dalej tak kultywowali polskość, żebyśmy byli w tak bliskich relacjach, jak jesteśmy, żeby ta współpraca mogła się rozwijać tak, jak każdy z nas by chciał i żeby ta Polska, która jest bardzo bliska i którą nosimy w naszych sercach, mogła wreszcie się rozwijać i mogła być wreszcie taką Polską, o jakiej marzymy. Bardzo dziękuję za zaproszenie.
Thank you, Adam. I see the wine is starting to circulate. Perhaps we should have done that before the toast. I should let you know that we have entertainment planned for you tonight. The Polish Highlanders Alliance is going to be performing for you. So in the meantime, enjoy your dinner. Smacznego.